We are holding this event to provide the most recent update on COVID-19 in our community. We have some sad news to report today, but we also want to share the many steps we are taking to continue to fight the spread of this disease in our community. We are pleased to have with us today Governor Jared Polis, El Paso County Commissioner Mark Waller, El Paso County Public Health Medical Director, as well as Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera, Mayor John Suthers, Colorado Springs City Councilman Wayne Williams, El Paso County Public Health Director Susan Whelan, and serving as El Paso County Public Health Deputy Medical Director Dr. Leon Kelly. We will have time for questions at the end of the presentation. Please save questions until that time. El Paso County Commissioner Mark Waller will start us off.
Thank you, and thank you, Governor Polis and Lieutenant Governor Primavera and all the members of the media for being here today. At his press conference earlier today, Governor Polis said there were 3 Coloradans with COVID-19 in critical condition. Sadly, one of those people has passed away, and that person was a resident of El Paso County. And the person who passed away was a woman in her 80s with underlying health conditions. Her family's been notified, and we certainly, all of us here today, want to express our deepest condolences and sympathy to her family. This tragic news highlights the need for citizens to continue with a calm, well-informed, and deliberate approach to protecting themselves, their families, and their communities. We want residents to know that you have a part to play to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 now more than ever. Public health officials emphasize the importance of practicing good hygiene, and that good hygiene is thoroughly washing your hands for at least 20 seconds, covering coughs and sneezes with tissue or your inner elbow shirt sleeve, avoiding close contact with anyone with cold or flu-like symptoms. Stay at home if you're sick, and avoiding touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. And finally, by frequently and significantly cleaning and disinfecting surfaces. People over the age of 60 and people with compromised immune systems have the greatest risk of serious complications from COVID-19. And obviously, these people should take extra precautions to keep themselves safe, but so too should their families, their caregivers, and anyone who might come into contact with them. Dr. Johnson is going to speak in greater detail about that later, and speak in greater detail about the efforts in El Paso County as well. Before I turn this over to Governor Polis, I'd like to thank our Public Health Director, Susan Whelan, our Deputy Directors, Deanne Ryberg and Dr. Leon Kelly, and all of the county staff that have worked so hard to limit the spread of COVID-19 in our communities. I'd also like to express my gratitude and thanks to Governor Polis and his administration for all of the efforts that the state has brought forward. And while these are difficult times, El Paso County is strong, and we will continue to unite as a community to overcome any of the challenges that we see in front of us. I have no doubt we will each come together and do our part to serve and help others and make our community the safest place possible. Thank you. Governor Polis.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is an extremely difficult time for our community, for the state, for the country, and for the world. While we were prepared for this day, and we knew that it was only a matter of time, it doesn't make it any less difficult to hear and share the news of Colorado's first loss. As a state, we're of course in mourning with the victim, and our hearts go out to the family and the loved ones of the Coloradan that we lost today. We feel their pain, we grieve for them, and we grieve with them, as we will for all of the victims of this virus. And of course, we vow to honor the memory of those who succumb by working as hard as we can to protect as many vulnerable Coloradans as possible from this suffering. Today's sad announcement, which we knew was coming somewhere, somehow, it happens that the first one is right here in El Paso County, What this underscores is our need to protect the most vulnerable Coloradans, those in their 60s, especially those in their 70s and 80s, and those with underlying health conditions. Just to put things in perspective with some statistics, in China, the fatality rate for people over 80, 14.8%, over 70, 8%. South Korea, people over 80, 7.2%, over 70, 40.3%. To further put that in perspective, people under 49, 0.1 to 0.2% fatality. This underscores the need to protect our most vulnerable. That's why we prioritized our most vulnerable in our state actions, including requiring the nursing homes and senior care facilities to have additional protocols around visitors, and doing our best to ensure that our most vulnerable aren't attending public events or in public spaces. And that's why all of us need to be part of that solution as well. For your elderly neighbors, for your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your parents, offer to deliver groceries to their doorstep. See how you can be a part of, yes, consoling them and making sure that they know that they have company, but at the same time making sure that they don't, out of necessity, have to attend large crowds. That's why we recently allowed, on an emergency temporary basis, people over age 65 to renew their driver's licenses online. And we also issued guidance around allowing people to pick up 2 months of their prescription drugs rather than 1 month to reduce the need for visits to pharmacies.
You have been listening there to Governor Polis in El Paso County, a live press conference. We also want to stress that press conference is continuing right now on CBS and Denver. We will carry that in its entirety over there.
And just to recap, this morning, Governor Polis told us that 3 people were in critical condition, and then we had just learned that one of those people, a woman in her 80s from El Paso County, has passed away. We don't know her name right now, but then the governor just went on to stress how we can all really do our part, continue washing your hands, stay home when you're sick. We all kind of have a rule in this right now.
Yeah, and that the entire state certainly grieves for that, that person's family.